Hey everybody, Eric here from Retro Game Remix, and today I want to give you 5 reasons why I think you should check out Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. So the original game was released on the Nintendo Wii in 2010, and then ported to the Nintendo 3DS as Xenoblade Chronicles 3D in 2015. So last year we got the Definitive Edition, which is a huge remaster of the original game, and I just finished it last week, so I felt so compelled to come in here and tell you guys 5 reasons why I think you should play this game because it's so good. So let's start with reason number 5. Reason number 5, the story. The story here is a very compelling story about a boy named Shulk and a mysterious sword called the Monado. Now I'm not going to say too much here because this is 100% a story you need to experience for yourself. There's great characters, satisfying character arcs, and less characters in the game means more weight to the overall story. Each character in the story has their own unique personality that you will come to know and love. There's not really anybody that I find truly annoying either, which I think is a good sign of a great game, especially because you're going to be stuck with these guys for a long time if you play the entire game. The new thing here with the Definitive Edition is the extra story mode, which is the Future Connect, essentially an epilogue which takes place 1 year after the main game. Now, for those of you who played the original game and then are only coming back to the Switch version for this, it definitely feels like a coming home kind of deal. There wasn't a whole lot that happened in the Future Connect epilogue, but it just felt right. It was really nice to revisit certain characters and a certain portion of the world. Adding new details and new characters to the story too was really cool. So honestly, if you've played the original and have been holding out on the Definitive Edition, I think it's worth it alone for this. Reason number 2 is the expansive world. There's so much to explore here in the areas that you're given free reign in. If you like worlds like those featured in more modern games like Skyrim or Breath of the Wild, not to compare them thematically, but the lay of the land feels so incredibly alive. And there's so much to explore here as a result, whether it's side quests or item hunting or just leveling and grinding. This world is so huge. So again, I'm not going to give spoilers, but where you can actually roam is it's so great, and it honestly feels so alive, way more in this version than any other versions that have been available to this point. Reason number 3 is quality of life improvements. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is 1080p docked or 720 in handheld mode, and overall, given the graphical aesthetics of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I've actually just started, it's a massive improvement from the Wii and of course the 3DS versions. Now, not to say that the Wii version looked bad considering the hardware that it was running on, but this improvement is just so massive and honestly a reason alone to play this game. The world feels more alive and real as a result, of course, and the UI has also been tweaked in battles and menus to be easier to read. Reason number 4, the battle system. The game here does a pretty good job at telling you how to play and how to fight. There is a certain way, a certain strategy in which you should play and fight. You can button smash, but you're going to find yourself getting stuck in battles as a result. The easiest thing I can suggest is doing break and topple strategies to do massive damage on enemies, and then you can inflict chain attacks after chain attacks after chain attacks. Honestly, by the time I got to the final boss, it was just nothing but chain attacks. And plugging and playing different characters in your party gives you different fighting strategies. So for example, by the time I got to the end of the game, I had a specific party in mind, and once I got to the final boss, I found that my strategy that I'd been doing the entire game wasn't working. It was imperative for me to check out different characters and see which ones actually worked to take down the final boss without having to do a ton of grind. Inevitably, I did find a great party with Shulk, Dunban, and Ricky, and it was just over for the final boss from there. I'm not going to say anything else, but I kind of feel bad for the final boss after the credits rolled. I think it's worth noting too how accessible this game actually is. Whether you're a JRPG veteran or a newcomer to a game like this, there's so many different ways you can play this game and enjoy the game, whether you're doing every single side quest or playing straight through the game on casual mode just to experience the story, which is exactly what I did. And reason number 5 is the music. So the music here has been remixed and remastered from the Nintendo Wii version, of course, which kind of bottlenecked the overall quality. So a boost from 32 to 48 kilohertz is a huge improvement for those of you guys who like to listen along while you play. Now, not to mention Yasunori Mitsuda, who is a JRPG composer vet coming from games like Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, and Xenogears, to name a few, comes back composing the credits song, which is called Beyond the Sky. It's an amazing chef's kiss to an already great soundtrack. So there you have it. There's 5 quick reasons why I think you should play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. It's so fun. It's addicting. It's got a great story. It's honestly, it's so airtight. I can't fault it. I mean, look at the reviews. It's hovering around 90s and 95s on Metacritic. There's so many great reviews and so many great things that everybody's been saying about it. So this quite literally is the definitive way to play. And not to mention that, I also got this for like 40 bucks. So playing on casual mode with the epilogue, I think I finished it around about 50 hours. So when you look at a value for money thing here, it's a no-brainer to pick it up and even give it a shot if you're kind of remotely interested in it. So there's my 5 reasons on why I think you should play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. If you've played the game, let me know your thoughts. If you're wanting to play the game, hopefully this video tips the scales for you to actually go out and buy the game. If you do, let me know what you think. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a good old thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a future video. And hey, if you want to continue conversations after the videos are over, why not join the Discord? We've got a growing community of so many great friends around the world that talk about games, life, food, cats. There's so many great things and so many great conversations to have. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.